Hi, welcome. In this session we're going to do grilling steaks on the Big Green Egg end to end. And grilling steaks on the Big Green Egg is not much different than grilling steaks on a regular grill. The only real difference is we're going to get them to about 600 degrees on the grill temperature, and you can't do that with a lot of the standard grills out there. But basically what you want to do is get your favorite steak of choice. I prefer fillets, or these are New York strips. T-bones, get whatever you desire. But my prep process is really easy. One key ingredient is olive oil. So you want to take your steaks and basically just put a little bit of olive oil on them. And you want to just basically get that olive oil coated on nice and evenly around the whole thing. And what this does, it essentially creates a layer where it starts to close these pores on the meat. Because on steaks, the key is to keep the flavor in there. So you put the olive oil on there, it's basically closing, it seals the pores. And then I'll show you later on the grill, but you want to get it super hot. The hotter the grill temperature is, the quicker the pores are going to close on that meat. So you just get a nice layer there of just standard olive oil. And then next you're going to want to use whatever rub or seasoning you like. I've tried lots of different things. This stuff is the best I've found out there. It's got good garlic and pepper in it, and I personally love the flavor of steak, so I don't want to overdo it, but this gives it a good blend. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on there. And I'm doing this about 2 hours before putting the steaks on the actual grill. It's not like a traditional rub on a brisket where you've got to have it on there all night. Just a couple hours before, even if you've only got an hour at a time. But basically you're going to put that on there, and then you're going to want to refrigerate these, and you want to take them out at least an hour before you put them on the grill. You want to have your steaks at room temperature beforehand. So I'm going to take these, cover them up, put them in the fridge, and then take them out an hour beforehand, and we'll start prepping the grill. Alright, so I took the steaks out of the refrigerator about 45 minutes ago to start getting them to room temperature. Now I'm going to set up the grill. So I've got this chimney here to start it. It just starts it faster because I'm going to get the temp on this thing up to about 600 degrees. So all you do is fill this with charcoal. You're going to put just a layer of charcoal down there. Remember, when you're trying to get the egg hot, very hot, the less charcoal in there, the more airflow, the more temp you're going to get. So there's just barely a layer in there. I'm going to take one of these match starters and get this going. And I'm going to set that chimney right on top of this. And basically, that temp in there will get up within about 10 minutes, and then I'll come dump it. The vent is open at the bottom, so we'll give that about 10 minutes, get going. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes. So basically you're going to want a fire safe glove. You're going to come in here, and you just want to dump this as fast as you can in the middle of the egg. And then kind of, work it around and make sure your coals are even on that. The goal here is to get the temp up to about 600 degrees on this. So the bottom vent is completely open. I'm going to close the top, and I'm not even going to use the cap at all this time. So that temp should get up to about 600 degrees pretty soon. If it gets above that, not that big of a deal. I'll use the bottom vent to regulate that. But when I do steaks, I rarely ever have to put the cap on. I just leave the cap off and get this thing up to about 600 degrees with the grilling configuration. Alright, it's only been about 10 minutes. You can see I've got a flame going in there. It's pretty consistent, and I can't get it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close this lid, and I'm going to put the cap on, and I'm going to shut the cap down for about 2 minutes. And that'll get those flames out. It'll still keep the heat in, and then after about 2 minutes, I'm going to see what's left. But I'll either keep the cap on and do like that, or take it back off. But I'm going to put this down and close the top down for 2 minutes to stop the flames. Alright, that temp's right on 600. I've been using this to keep the flame down. So I've got the cap on, and I just open it up all the way, and I shut it down for a couple minutes, and that gets the flame down. So all we're going to do right now, is I got the timer on my phone set. You're gonna put those steaks on directly in the middle over that heat. And I'm gonna do 2 minutes on this side, 2 minutes on the other side, and then we'll do the next step. All right, so that's 2 minutes on the first side. Now we're gonna flip it. We're gonna do 2 minutes on this side, and basically what you're trying to do, the fire is so hot in there, 600 degrees, you're getting those pores on that meat to close up immediately to savor all the flavor inside of there. So we'll do 2 minutes on that side as well. All right, so it's been another 2 minutes. And now we're gonna flip them over again. That temperature's still up around 600 degrees. We like ours medium rare, so they don't have to be on that long. But if you're doing a fillet or a thick steak like this, it's going to take another 2 minutes probably on each side. But what we're going to do, I'm going to shut it down, but I'm going to take off this cap, and I'm actually going to put the cap on with the big green egg cap. And I'm going to leave that on and cook it for 2 minutes on that side, and then 2 minutes on the other side, and then we'll see how it feels. All right, so it's been 2 minutes on that side, so we're going to do the last rotation. I don't use a meat thermometer for steaks. I can wiggle it around and know, when it's going to be done for me, for medium rare or well done. But if you're not comfortable, use your meat thermometer. Get online, figure out what medium rare is, rare, medium, etc., and figure that out. But basically, after this 2 minutes, I'm going to take these off and I'm going to put them in a glass container and rest them with the lid on while I do some vegetables. All right, so that was the final 2 minutes. I can feel that. I can feel that wiggle. That's actually probably a little bit more than medium rare, but I'm going to take these, put them in a safe dish, and I'm going to cover it. Keep in mind when you're letting these rest, if you're going to eat within 10 minutes, just leave them uncovered. But I'm going to do some vegetables, and these are going to have to go for probably 15 minutes. So I want to keep them hot. But when you do that, the temp's going to continue to rise on that. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. All right, so the steak's ready to go. We've got the grilled okra. Cutting that steak. That looks great. It's a little more on the medium than the medium rare side, but that's all right. There would be plenty of flavor in there. And this is the grilled okra, which you can see on one of the videos as well. Enjoy.